Hey everyone, Thea and Sarah here. Thank
Hey.
you so much for joining us today on our very first webinar together. We're super excited. So today we're going to be discussing how you can start taking a more integrative approach to your health by completing a functional medicine detox. So first we're going to go over what we mean by an integrative approach to health. And then after that, we'll talk more specifically about functional medicine detoxes, what they are, how they can benefit you, all of that. So we hope everyone's staying safe and healthy in their homes right now. Shout out to any healthcare workers we have tuning in. Thank you all so much for your dedication. Sarah, you too. We really appreciate your sacrifice. So without further ado, let's get started. Sarah, you can take it away.
All right. Well, let's do some introductions first. I'm Sara King. I am a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for about 7 years now. I've always worked in an inpatient setting in the hospital. I started out in cardiothoracic surgery, and I have since moved to more women's health, labor, and delivery now, which is absolutely incredible. I love it. And kind of my introduction to functional medicine, or I guess my journey towards moving towards being an integrative health practitioner kind of started when I was working cardiothoracic surgery. You know, I was witnessing these patients being given basically a second lease on life. They were getting excellent care, life-saving care in the hospital, but I didn't feel like we were doing, I guess, giving adequate guidance for how these patients could then maintain that new level of health that they've received via lifestyle interventions when they left the hospital. So, you know, we were giving them great guidance and great information on the new medications that they were taking. But when it came to nutrition and exercise and sleeping and, you know, the things that we do every day, I don't feel like we were giving them adequate guidance on how to maintain their new lease on life, essentially. And then kind of a more personal story. My husband has given me permission to share this. He has always kind of struggled with a lot of GI issues. So if you can think of a GI symptom, he's basically had it and struggled with it for multiple years. He went to see some amazing GI doctors who basically, you know, were like, they did all the lab work, all the blood work, all the imaging, and basically were like, you have a lot of inflammation, maybe lay off the bread and take the lowest dose of omeprazole you can, which is basically like an acid reflux medication. Take the lowest dose that you can because it's just going to get worse from here. And he was like 23 at the time. And I was like, this is absolutely not okay for you to live like this for the rest of your life. And just, you know, mask the symptoms with this omeprazole that didn't really even work half the time. He had all the other things, Maalox, Gas-X, all the things, because you could never tell when, you know, some crazy symptom was going to flare up. So I was kind of forced to look at other avenues. I thankfully stumbled upon functional medicine and became certified as an integrative health practitioner, which then allowed me to run functional medicine GI-based labs. So lab work that's really above the standard of care that your PCP or any kind of hospital is going to run. We found out that he had massive yeast and bacterial overgrowth in the gut. He had an H. pylori infection that we had to take care of that was actually negative on one of the scans from his GI doctor. And then we did a natural Candida bacterial overgrowth protocol to really rebalance his gut bugs. And we are a year and a half out, no omeprazole, no Gas-X, no Maalox, no Tums, no nothing in the house for a year and a half. And it's absolutely incredible. Thea actually just completed the same protocol and has a lot of information on her social media account about it as well if you're ever interested. But it's just a really cool personal testimony that like this stuff it works. Like when you address your lifestyle, it can change your life. So that's just a little bit of my background. Thea, what's yours?
Thanks so much, Sarah. That's really awesome to hear. And my name's Thea Lucas. I am also an integrative health practitioner, and I work full-time as an athletic trainer at the collegiate level. So, I mean, for the most part, I love my job as an athletic trainer. It's really given me some wonderful opportunities to work with patients and athletes who have seen a lot of success with conventional medical treatments. But kind of at the same time, it's made me very aware of a lot of the glaring pitfalls of our modern conventional medical system. And so my interest and my education has brought me towards integrative health and has kind of helped me build my interest with functional medicine and integrative health. and it's really been a breath of fresh air for me and has given me a lot of hope for the future of healthcare. And it's something that I want to share with other people as well. So my hope for this presentation is kind of twofold. One, I hope that you can all kind of see and come to appreciate the value in an integrative approach to health as well. And then two, Sarah and I want to give you guys an action step that you can take to make that first step towards taking control of your health.
So when we talk about integrative health, it's exactly what it sounds like. It integrates a whole lot of different health philosophies. So it's taking the wisdom that we have from the ancient medical philosophies like Ayurveda medicine, like traditional Chinese medicine, and combining it with the more modern, more conventional, more research-based functional medicine. It's also recognizing that there's a time and a place for each of the branches of medicine. So it's not getting tunnel vision and say it has to be natural or nothing. You know, it's realizing that conventional medicine saves lives, and there is a time and a place for it. If you have an infection, you probably need the corresponding antibiotic to treat it. You know, if you were in a motor vehicle accident, you might need a trauma surgeon, you might need a blood transfusion. Like these things, these interventions are set in place to save lives, and they do. I see it every day at work and it's amazing. But we can't use that same sort of mentality, that same sort of philosophy to treat or, I guess, to care for chronic-based diseases. It doesn't work the same. So we can't just name a diagnosis and put a matching medication with it. It doesn't work like that. We have to look a little bit deeper down into the root, down into the lifestyle factors, down into to the individual. You know, these lifestyle factors that are individual to the individual. So it's really, integrative health really does blend the branches beautifully in order to optimize our health.
Love that. Thanks, Sarah. So this is a quote by one of my favorites, Dr. Mark Hyman. I highly suggest if anyone is interested in what we're talking about at all, look up Dr. Mark Hyman, listen to his podcasts, read his book. He is awesome. So he's actually an MD, but he has transitioned to a functional medicine approach with his patients and has seen amazing results with his patients. So he said conventional medicine is the medicine of what, and functional medicine is the medicine of why. So in other words, the foundation of conventional medicine is to give a name to what a disease or illness is based on the group of symptoms that a patient is presenting with. So really this doesn't tell the patient anything more than what they already know, which is what symptoms they're having. It just basically puts a name or a label to it. So on the other hand, the goal of functional medicine is to really dig deeper, to search for and address the root causes that explain why those symptoms are occurring in the first place. So just for like a very basic illustration, I'll use my hand. Picture my hand as a weed. So this is the root of the weed. All my fingers are like the leaves of the weed, and all of those leaves represent someone's symptoms. So with conventional medicine, they're coming at it from this way. They're trying to pluck off all of those leaves of the weed, which are the symptoms, and they do that with prescription medication usually. So the thing is though, whenever they pluck off those leaves and pluck off those symptoms, they just come right back because the root's still there. And so you have to keep adding more medication and more medication. But with integrative health and functional medicine and those branches of medicine, they're looking to get to the root cause of the issue. So they find that root cause and they fix that. And then you pull out that weed and it takes all of the symptoms with it. So it's a really wonderful approach when you think about it that way. And it kind of makes you think like, wow, why isn't that the way that everybody practices medicine?
That's an awesome illustration. I love that illustration.
Thanks. So this root cause model of care results in three main characteristics that make what we do as integrative health practitioners both unique and effective. So the first one is that we don't use a one-size-fits-all approach. So instead, everything is individualized for every patient because our bodies are all very unique and they function in unique ways. And then number two, we don't settle for a pill for every ill approach like conventional medicine often does with chronic issues. Instead, we address it with a root cause approach like I discussed. And then third, and really probably most importantly, is that we help you to rebalance your body so then it can heal itself. And we help you to create the healthiest and strongest body that works for you to prevent disease rather than working against you to cause disease.
So I love this slide because I feel like it just puts into black and white, you know, what we are dealing with in this country. Nearly half of all Americans are diagnosed with one chronic disease, at least one chronic disease, you know, and that number is growing. I also just read that it's not just affecting adults. 1 in every 3 children is obese, so it's also affecting the children in this country as well. In fact, the CDC states that about 90% of our risk for getting these one or more of these chronic-based diseases has everything to do with the environment that we live in and the lifestyle that we have. They're only giving about 10% credit to our genes, which is so powerful because it puts, you know, it really does put the power of our health, the power of our longevity into our hands. You know, when we know what lifestyle modifications to make and, you know, how to set up our environment in a way that promotes health, that is really powerful. Those are the things that we can do every day. You know, one of the functional medicine doctors that I just absolutely love calls things like sleep and nutrition. She calls them soft interventions. So we're going to sleep anyway. We're going to eat anyway. We're going to move our bodies anyway. So why not find a way to do these soft interventions in a way that really works to promote longevity and prevent disease. Functional medicine believes basically, you know, if there is something that is out of balance, let's bring it into balance with your body. If we can remove the toxins and if we can replace what is deficient, like Thea was saying before, you know, our bodies want to work for us. So if we're able to do those things, then we believe that we're able to optimize our health and prevent these chronic-based diseases.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. That's really empowering.
Yeah, and then Dr. Robert Beersen kind of drives that point home. So she is the founder and CEO of Parsley Health, which is an awesome new way to do preventative and primary medicine. She is a medically trained doctor. She's an MD, kind of like Dr. Mark Hyman, who has a functional medicine focus. And she's just reiterating here how important making these lifestyle modifications around sleep and exercise and nutrition and relaxation can actually work to reverse or prevent chronic disease instead of, you know, kind of just putting out the fires that our healthcare providers are focused on today. So it's just reiterating and driving that fact home that there is a lot of power in the way we live our everyday lives in its ability to reverse or prevent chronic disease.
And then these are just a few of the soft interventions that Sarah mentioned, and they are really the reason why an integrative approach to health is so powerful at helping your body to overcome disease rather than living on this perpetual hamster wheel of just managing that disease. So with an integrative approach, all of these are addressed on an individualized basis, which is really the most important part of it all, because how one of these components corresponds to your life is going to be vastly different than how it corresponds to anyone else who's watching this webinar. So really respecting that physiological individuality is not something that conventional medicine is set up to do, unfortunately, because really addressing all of these is what we need to do in order to heal our bodies and in order to reach optimal health, which is really hopefully what we're all looking for.
I love this little illustration by a nutritionist that I have, one of my favorite nutritionists. Basically, it's just showing all of the puzzle pieces that make up our overall health. There's a lot of these puzzle pieces. And when you're looking to maybe take your first step at an integrative approach to your health, or, you know, trying to look to take matters of your health into your own hands, that can be very overwhelming. You know, there's a lot of moving pieces of these puzzles to put together. So what Thea and I have done is really just pick one of these puzzle pieces that you can take action on, that really kind of touches all of the other pieces of the puzzle as well. It's a really good foundational approach to taking your first step towards an integrative approach to your health. So we are going to talk for the rest of this presentation about your toxin load and how to clear out your detox pathways so that you can sleep better, so that you can reestablish your gut health, so that you can you know, boost your immune function, so you can decrease your inflammation and get your hormones regulated and your blood sugar regulated. If we really look at detoxifying the body, all of these other puzzle pieces kind of get touched along the way. And so we think that it's a really good first step to taking your health into your own hands.
Thanks, Sarah. And like she said, we really wanted to do this presentation to remind you that your health is a journey and it's one step at a time. It's not something that you're going to reach in one day. But the thing is, you have to start somewhere. So we wanted to give you guys an action step that you can take. And we both feel that the best place to start, like Sarah said, is to complete a functional medicine liver detox. If you're looking to, one, regain your health, or two, if you're pretty healthy and you're looking to sustain that health. And we love it because not only does it point you in the right direction towards a, both mentally and physically in the direction of a better lifestyle, but at the same time, it gives you the tools that you need to continue in that direction once the detox is over. So now that we've gone over what it means to take an integrative approach and introduce the functional medicine liver detox, let's kind of explain all of the details of it. So the first thing that you really need to know and appreciate and respect is how important it is to have a high functioning and healthy liver. So your liver purifies, filters, and detoxifies all of the blood in your body about every 6 minutes, which is a pretty incredible feat. So if you kind of think of your liver as a bodyguard that stops toxic waste from reaching all of your other organs, it's kind of a good place to start, roughly. And on top of that, your liver also is a integral part of your immune system, of your digestive system, and multiple other processes and systems in your body. So a functional medicine liver detox provides your liver with all of the micronutrients it needs to improve detoxification so that it can rid your body of all of those toxins. Basically, it helps it to do the job it was made to do even better.
So just like Thea was saying, you know, our livers were designed to filter out our bloodstream every 6 minutes. But can you imagine, you know, never changing the dryer filter in your dryer for, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 years? Like, yes, your dryer might still work, but it will not be working to the efficacy as its original design. So this functional medicine liver detox is really just supporting your liver, loving on your liver through science-backed supplements and a nutritional protocol as well. I really believe that the power is in the supplements in this functional medicine liver detox. It's really what makes it different from the other, you know, cleanses or resets that you might have done, which are great, and there's a time and a place for them as well. But this, the supplements really do a deeper clean, essentially. They really help to open up detoxification pathways and let the built up toxins be excreted, and be just you know, let the blood flow a little bit smoother and cleaner, so that we can continue to detox the toxins that have built up in our system. So this is a really heavy slide here. I'm kind of just going to do a big picture overview. Basically, your liver detoxifies your blood in 2 phases, and what the supplements do in this detox is support phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification. Basically takes fat soluble toxins, so they're really, really hard to break down fat soluble molecules. We give your body the key nutrients that it needs. So your B vitamins, not just B12, but B2, B3, B6, B12, a lot of the B vitamins that a lot of us are deficient in, and to help make the fat soluble molecules less fat soluble. And then we give some sulfur-based amino acids, more micronutrients that are really, really hard to come by on just through diet alone. So things like selenium and chromium and glutathione, all these awesome micronutrients that really help that second phase of liver detoxification, so that then we can easily excrete these built up toxins through our sweat, through our urine and stool. It helps it to happen effectively and safely, so that these toxins aren't really spec into your bloodstream. So it's really, really important to have the specific micronutrients your body needs to do this effectively. And that is what these supplements do. This is what, in my opinion, just is a game changer. It makes it completely different than any other, cleanse that, we've done in the past.
Agreed. So I kind of want everyone to look at the symptoms that are listed on the right-hand side, look through them, count up how many that you have or have had in the past, or if there are any symptoms similar that aren't listed, count those up too. And then I want you to think about why you might have those symptoms. Have you ever wondered why you might have those symptoms? Or have you just chalked them up to, say, getting older, or just kind of labeled them as normal? Well, we're kind of led to believe that these symptoms are normal or just due to age, but please hear me loud and clear when I say that that is a huge misconception. Just because these symptoms are indeed common definitely does not mean that they're normal. So in other words, just because a lot of people have these symptoms doesn't mean that you should have these symptoms. And a lot of these symptoms, actually all of these ones listed, can be and usually are a result of excess inflammation in your body and toxin buildup due to slow liver detoxification or liver congestion. So it's interesting because liver congestion can surface in a lot of different ways for different people. So while Sarah's liver congestion might look like acne or skin rashes or weight gain, mine might look like low energy and fatigue and brain fog. So what initially pushed me to do my first functional medicine detox was my brain fog, fatigue, and low energy. And it has really helped me to overcome those symptoms. So now that those symptoms are a thing of the past, I still choose to continuously do regular functional medicine detoxes, both for like a physical and a mental health reset, but also mostly to preserve my long-term health.
Yeah. And Thea, I think that's an awesome point that you bring up too, that you do it seasonally, because it's not just a do it one time and then everything is gone forever. It doesn't work like that. We have to continually be, I guess, refreshing our system. Like when that 3rd and 4th month since my detox comes up, like I can feel, feel the inflammation, like the extra weight gain. I might be breaking out. I can feel the brain fog. And so we complete it seasonally. So I think it's important to point out that it's not just, complete it one time and you're done for good. It's just really something that we've built into our lifestyle.
And like you said, Sarah, like with the, sorry to cut you off.
No.
Dryer filter analogy. Like you empty that dryer filter, but then you put it back in and it keeps building up. So
right.
You have to keep emptying it out.
Exactly.
Now, there are definitely a multitude of reasons to complete a functional medicine detox, but we've chosen to break it down into 4 main reasons. So the first one is liver detoxification and liver health that we've basically already talked about, but it's really the source of all of the other 3 reasons to do a functional medicine detox. And the second reason to complete one, and arguably the most important reason to continue to do a functional medicine detox seasonally is just the sheer number of environmental toxins that our bodies are forced to deal with on a daily basis. So in our modern environment, we have 77,000 or more man-made chemicals that are incorporated into almost everything that we eat, we drink, we wear, we touch, we smell, everything. So if you think about it this way, you wake up in the morning, you go brush your teeth, and your toothpaste probably has fluoride in it. And then you jump in the shower and you wash your body with body wash that probably has parabens and triclosan in it. And then you go put on clean clothes to wear all day that have probably been washed with bleach. And then you go to the sink to get a glass of water, and depending where you live, that water can have chlorine in it or pesticides or other harmful chemicals. So really it's impossible to try to avoid even half of these toxins, and it can become way too overwhelming to even try to. So the way I see it, you have to control what you can control, and you can control this by boosting your liver function with something like a functional medicine detox, because really our livers weren't made to keep up with these level of toxins that we face every single day without that bit of extra support.
Yeah, and kind of to piggyback on your environmental toxins, we're really born into this world, born into a toxic environment. They've done studies on the umbilical cord blood of newborns and found like 287 toxins in their bloodstream. And I think they said about 217 of those toxins are actually neurotoxic, meaning they affect the baby's nervous system. So these babies aren't exposed to, laundry yet. They haven't breathed the air outside. They haven't drank the tap water, and they're already born into this world like super toxic. So that's important to know that these things exist, and they exist from the time that we're born, and they just compile, until as we get older. Also, a lot of research has been done on weight loss and toxicity. If you feel like you've done everything that you can do to lose weight, like you work out 24/7, you eat the healthiest diet, and you're still like, I'm still struggling with this weight loss. A lot of research on toxins has actually shown to play with your blood sugar levels, play with your insulin levels, cause insulin resistance, which can lead to and put you at a greater risk for type 2 diabetes. They're calling them obesogens and xenoestrogens. They're playing with our hormones. They're making it really, really hard for us to lose weight. Also, like we said in that really science-heavy slide where it showed the pathways of liver detoxification, our body is really, really smart, and it stores toxins in our fat cells. So the more toxins that we're exposed to, and our body can't excrete it right away, it doesn't deem it safe to let it float around into our bloodstream so we can excrete it through our urine, our stool, or our sweat. It will store it in these fat cells. Your fat cells will literally swell, and it can even build up around your liver, leading to fatty liver. It can increase your cholesterol, slow down your thyroid function, which again can exacerbate weight gain and make it really, really hard to lose weight. So completing a functional medicine liver detox can really jumpstart that weight loss at a really root cause level. I just, from personal experience, it's one of the reasons why I chose to do the first 21-day functional medicine liver detox that I completed. And those like hard to lose 5-10 pounds. My weight has definitely fluctuated a little bit here and there since I completed my first detox, but those 5-10 pounds have not come back. And, when I do the seasonal ones, like Thea and I were talking, we do them seasonally. The inflammation weight loss is really, really easy to lose quickly. So I think weight loss is just an added benefit. We definitely believe that a healthy body will maintain a healthy weight for sure. But, if you feel like you've tried everything, your body might be dealing with an excess number of toxins that you need to get rid of. And I think one of the best feelings ever is this feeling of refreshment. After you complete a functional medicine detox, even like on day 3, I feel like you can tell just a huge difference. And the way that you feel, be it brain fog is like lifted. I actually had natural energy, which is something that I've like never had in the past. I always feel like I get out of bed and I have to have coffee like immediately, but getting out of bed and being able to work out, or getting out of bed and just being able to go straight to work and have the coffee later in the day. Like that natural energy is really, there is like no other feeling like that. So also it improves your sleep too, which just helps that natural level of energy. So it's an incredible feeling, and I would definitely recommend starting with a functional medicine detox if these are some of the things, if these sound familiar to you.
Yeah, so many great reasons to complete one, really.
Yes.
So now that we've gone over why to do it, let's talk a little bit more about what it actually entails. So the functional medicine detox basically combines supplements with fasting and an elimination style whole foods and plant-based nutrition. So days 1 to 2 of the week consist of fasting days. So you're drinking the shakes only. And these shakes provide you with all of your micronutrient needs for the day, which is really important to do while you're fasting, and really helps with that liver detoxification, because you're releasing all of those toxins from your fat cells into your bloodstream. So you really need those supplements to help your body excrete them safely. So then days 3 through 7 of the week consist of a smoothie or shake for breakfast, a vegan style lunch, a shake for a snack, and then a paleo style dinner if you're choosing to incorporate meat. And we'll go through why it's set up that way coming up in a few slides.
I feel like one of the, or most of the questions that I get, when we first start the functional medicine detox with clients is, why do I have to fast this long? And really, our body does one of the most incredible processes when we're in a fasted state called autophagy. And what autophagy is really like an internal deep clean. So the idea is when you do not have any new nutrients, I guess, coming in the body, you have these natural killer cells that are part of your immune system, and they have now the time and the energy really to go through your body, kind of like Pac-Man, and actually eat like diseased cells, cancer cells, necrotic tissue, pathogens, like bacteria and yeast that don't belong there. They can go through and clean your system. It's literally the coolest thing. And our body does that in a fasted state. It can also help to conserve energy. So digesting your food takes about 30% of your overall energy expenditure. And when you're not eating, you're conserving energy that can be used elsewhere. Inflammation can be fought with fasting as well, and also with the elimination style diet that Thea was introducing in the previous slide, and we'll talk a little bit more about. But if you are eating foods that you're sensitive to, you might not know it. It could be exhibiting itself as migraines, as joint pain, as headaches, PMS symptoms, mood swings, and it can cause systemic inflammation in the body. Also, what can attribute to inflammation is out of control blood sugars or elevated insulin. And some insulin resistance can definitely cause systemic inflammation in the body. And I'm a big believer in insulin resistance being one of the root causes for so many of these chronic-based illnesses that we see today. So it's super, super powerful. It definitely allows for a deep internal clean. Also important to note, if you do have any underlying health issues that would prevent you from doing a longer fast, definitely share that with us, because this doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a 48-hour strict fast. We can modify it to your needs so that you are still reaping the benefits of fasting. You might just not be, a 48-hour fast may not be appropriate for you. So definitely share that with us so that we can individualize the detox for you.
So like Sarah pointed out, inflammation can be caused by blood sugar dysregulation, insulin resistance, all of that. And the more inflammation that's built up in your body, the more stress that puts on your liver. So the reason why we suggest a low carb diet during the detox is to regulate your blood sugar and to improve your insulin sensitivity. But again, this is just for a temporary time. And then the same kind of goes for why we suggest eliminating foods that are known to be highly inflammatory in any specific individual food sensitivities you may have, because these inflammatory foods cause more inflammation in your body, which again then stresses your liver more, and can kind of create a vicious cycle by also increasing your blood sugar, which will increase insulin, which will increase inflammation. So it kind of turns into a vicious cycle. So practicing the low carb diet and the elimination diet for the short term of the detox is super beneficial and really takes a big load off of your liver. And it's also one of the reasons why we suggest animal protein only once per day, because animal products, especially today, are really hard to come by in good quality. And so as a result, they're generally more inflammatory than animal-based proteins.
And kind of just to piggyback off this too, I think it's important that Thea said that we're doing these two things in the short term. Just because we do something in the short term doesn't mean that it's better to do it for the long run. So it's important to be working with somebody to start to reintroduce some carbohydrates to your diet, and to be able to effectively start to reintroduce foods to your diet. We want you to be eating, a wide variety of things for, your everyday practice to feed those good gut bugs. But we don't want you to become carbohydrate resistant. We don't want you to be eliminating total food groups, for a long time, just because, it was good on a detox or whatever, So I think it's really important to work with somebody one-on-one in order to start those food introductions slowly, and so that you're still able to optimize your results as well. So just driving the point home that just because it's good for the short term doesn't mean it's necessarily good for the long haul.
Yeah, really great point, Sarah. Thank you.
We do offer 3 links for the detox. We offer a 21-day, a 14-day, and a 7-day detox. I cannot emphasize enough, if you have never done a functional medicine liver detox, I would highly recommend doing a 21-day detox, especially if you have any underlying inflammatory condition or medical conditions such as like allergies, any digestive issues, skin issues, be it psoriasis or acne, just weird rashes. I would definitely recommend doing this. Any issues sleeping, any mood swings, PMS symptoms, autoimmune symptoms, I would definitely recommend a 21-day detox. You can definitely still reap benefits in it from a 14-day detox as well. So if 21 days seems a little overwhelming, start with 14 days, totally fine. If you do need to lose between 5 and 10 pounds, we recommend at least a 14-day detox. Again, it's not the end all be all. Weight loss is not the end all be all. We really want to get your body healthy first. And then, as we get rid of those toxins, we can lose the toxic water weight too that comes along with detoxifying.
Yeah. And like Sarah said, if it's your first time, we definitely suggest the 14 or 21 days. But if you're not up for that, the 7 days is better than nothing. In the 7 days is good for people really only if you're looking to lose less than 5 pounds and you're already generally healthy. So what we really use the 7-day detox for are the regular seasonal detoxes after you've completed the 14 or 21-day detox at first. So we do those 7-day detoxes seasonally, usually on a quarterly basis. So about 4 times per year. And those are kind of to help you maintain those results, like Sarah had said before, so that you don't have to end up doing the longer 14 or 21 days again.
Yeah, you definitely start to feel it when that 3 or 4 months comes around. You definitely feel like you're in a need of a refreshment for sure. Mm-hmm. I think the best part of all of this is that we are here to support you from the beginning, from the starting line of your functional medicine detox all the way to the finish line. So Thea and I really loved, working one-on-one with you, holding your hand all the way through. We are available via email. So really you have access to us anytime, anywhere. If you can email us, you can get into contact with us. We've created a really good detox ebook that really just helps to start you out on the right foot. It has some inclusions in there on how to clean out your refrigerator, how to stock your pantry with, detox approved foods. We've done this several times ourselves. So we have, our go-to recipes and our tips and tricks that we use to get us through. So we're here to share all of that with you to help you to be successful and help you reach your health goals. And also, I think the most important part again is after that 21 days or 14 days or 7 days is finished, really setting you up for success in a way to help maintain the results that you have. So it's not just, hey, you completed this, great job, you're done. We set you up with the tools that you need to continue to optimize your health, because obviously, you know, after 21 days, everything might not be the way, you know, that you had imagined it to be. And our health is a continuation. You know, it's like the pursuit of health, basically. So we're here to support you, to ongoing support. And yeah, we're here for you.
So really, Sarah and I truly believe that an integrative approach to health in combination with the support of a health coach is the best way to ensure both positive and sustainable long-term results. And those results will not only help you to lower your healthcare costs down the line, but it's also going to help lower the costs of our, you know, government expenditures too, which are like absolutely outrageous. Yeah. Please feel free to contact us if you're interested in working with one of us, whether it's to complete a detox or whether it's to address any other ongoing health issues or concerns that you may have. We're here for you, and we will show you how you can contact us.
Yeah, so Thea and I, here are our email addresses, and also you can definitely follow along with us on our social media accounts. We share a lot of other information on our social media accounts as well, so it's not just detox related. We're also certified to do, to recommend and to complete functional medicine lab testing with you, different protocols. You know, we're here to support you as a whole person. So, you know, if a detox is not for you, but you're looking, you know, to get your gut in balance or run some functional medicine labs, or I don't even know what that is, you know, what other things do you do? You know, feel free to either direct message us on our social media accounts or send us an email. I also have a little bit more information on integrative health over on my website at ikariaintegrativehealth.com. So you can feel free to check that out. But yeah, we're here for you.
So we just want to say thank you guys again for joining us today on our first webinar together. Hope that we were able to hold your attention. We hope that maybe you learned something today. So again, like Sarah said, feel free to email us, feel free to DM us, comment, whatever. We hope to see you soon and hear from you guys. Thanks.
Yes, bye.